CTN Radio. Hear the difference.
I'm Shane Bigham. The Chinese president says the country is ready to forge closer ties with Pakistan. Xi Jinping met with Pakistani Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. President Xi says the two countries should continue supporting each other and better construct the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor by strengthening cooperation in various fields. Sharif thanked China for its assistance to Pakistan after deadly floods this summer. He also reiterated Pakistan's firm support for the One China policy and its commitment to Belt and Road Initiative participation. Chinese President Xi Jinping has met separately with Iranian and Turkish leaders in Samarkand. While meeting with Iran's Ebrahim Raisi, President Xi said China congratulates Iran on its upcoming Shanghai Cooperation Organization full membership. He also said China is willing to work with Iran to uphold the principle of non-interference in internal affairs and safeguard the common interests of developing countries. During the meeting with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the Chinese president said the two sides share many common interests, as they're both developing countries and emerging economies. Xi Jinping suggested the two countries strengthen political trust, respect each other's core interests, enhance Belt and Road cooperation, and contribute to global food and energy security. New figures show that China's consumer price index rose 0.8% yearly in August. The growth remains unchanged compared with the month before and stays at a relatively low level. Officials say the recovery of domestic demand remains slower than that of production, but they will continue to provide a host of measures to stabilize the economy. The 19th China ASEAN Expo has attracted over 1,600 enterprises at its venue in Nanning. At the same time, more than 2,000 companies are participating in the online part of the event. The expo features more than 80 investment and trade promotion activities and 21 high-level forums. The activities are aimed at deepening China-ASEAN cooperation in economy, trade, and other fields. A Y-20 military transport aircraft carrying the remains of 88 Chinese People's volunteers killed in the war to resist U.S. aggression in aid Korea has landed in northeastern China. South Korea handed over the remains earlier this morning at a ceremony at Incheon International Airport. It's the 9th repatriation since South Korea and China reached an agreement in 2013 to hand over the remains. The Parliament of Kazakhstan has approved amendments to the Constitution to introduce a one-time 7-year presidency. Previously, the president could stay in office for up to 10 years over 2 terms. Lawmakers also agreed to restore the name of the Kazakh capital to Astana. The capital of the Central Asian country was renamed Nur-Sultan in March of 2019 in honor of outgoing President Nursultan Nazarbayev, who is also the first president of the country. The future of transportation is front and center at this year's Detroit Auto Show. Although most of the big reveals are still gas-powered vehicles, car makers are making their transition to electric mobility. Dan Williams reports from Detroit.
Hundreds of Ford Mustangs from the past and present line the streets of Detroit. It was all part of Ford's unveiling of the 7th generation Mustang at the North American International Auto Show. The new car won't have an electric option, but Ford's Jim Owens says the company is looking to cater to all markets. Chevrolet's big reveal at this show is the gas-powered Tahoe RST. But the company recently revealed a new range of EVs. Jeep revealed 2 new hybrid cars, but they see a huge market for 4x4 electric vehicles. The EV market promises to be intensely competitive, but the transition for traditional auto manufacturers poses major headwinds.
Typhoon Weifah is moving north after it made landfall in Qingdao, Shandong province. It'll bring strong winds and heavy rains to the northeastern part of the country later in the day. The typhoon will then weaken to a cyclone. Weifah first landed in Zhejiang province earlier this week. It then made a second landfall in Shanghai. Heavy rains and floods hit the central Italian region of Marche from the late hours of Thursday, killing at least 7 people, while 3 others are missing. Local authorities say they did not expect such a sudden water bomb, as around 400 millimeters of rain fell within 2 to 3 hours, inundating the streets of several towns. Footage showed operators navigating the streets of seaside town Senigallia on rafts to rescue people, while others attempted to clear an underpass of debris. Rescue services are still searching for survivors. And that's the news. I'm Shane Bigham.